Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning. You reach into your pocket, no wallet. You check your phone, no banking app, no credit cards, no digital payments. Not because the system crashed, but because money was never invented. At first, it sounds like the perfect world. No bills, no rent, no debt, no taxes. Everyone is equal, right? Well, not even close. Because just a few hours later, you're hungry. You walk into a grocery store, grab a loaf of bread, and smile at the cashier. She smiles back and asks, "So, what are you giving me in return?" You laugh. "I thought everything was free." She shakes her head. "Nothing is free. Money doesn't exist here. Trade does." Suddenly, you realize you have absolutely nothing the baker wants. No bread, no breakfast, no deal. And that's exactly how human civilization would have worked if money had never been invented. So, would humanity actually be happier? Or would civilization completely fall apart? Let's find out. Before money, around 10,000 years ago, people didn't use coins. They didn't use paper money. They didn't even know what a bank was. Instead, they traded. A farmer could exchange wheat for milk. A fisherman could swap fish for vegetables. Sounds simple. Until real life gets involved. Imagine you have 10 chickens, but you need a pair of shoes. You find a shoemaker. Unfortunately, he doesn't want chickens. He wants wood. Now you need to find someone willing to trade wood for chickens before you can finally get your shoes. One simple purchase suddenly turns into a full-day mission. This system had a name, the barter system. And while it worked for small villages, it completely failed as societies grew larger. Why barter failed? Now imagine trying to buy a house. What would you trade? 500 cows? 3,000 bags of rice? How would anyone even know if that was a fair deal? Even worse. Some things spoil. Milk goes bad. Food rots. Animals die. Your entire wealth could disappear overnight. People quickly realize something important. The problem wasn't trading. The problem was finding something everyone trusted. And that's when humanity changed forever. Not by inventing money, but by inventing trust. Money became something everyone agreed had value, whether it was gold, silver, or paper. Its real power wasn't the material. It was the shared belief behind it. What if money never existed? Now imagine our modern world without money. Doctors couldn't simply work for free. Farmers couldn't feed entire cities without getting something valuable back. Engineers wouldn't spend years building bridges if there was no reliable reward. Even your favorite YouTuber couldn't spend weeks making videos if they couldn't pay rent or buy food. Eventually, people would return to direct trading. Communities would become much smaller. International trade would almost disappear. Technology would develop much more slowly. The smartphone in your pocket probably wouldn't exist. Would the world be better? Many people think removing money would remove greed, but greed existed long before money. If money disappeared, power, food, land, and resources would simply become the new currency. People have always competed for valuable things. Money just made exchanging value much easier. Ironically, money didn't create civilization. It helped civilization grow faster. Ending. So, what if humans never invented money? The world might feel simpler, but it would almost certainly be poorer, slower, and far less connected. Because money isn't really paper. It isn't numbers on a screen. It's one of humanity's greatest inventions, built on one simple idea: trust. Without it, the modern world, as we know it, would probably never exist. But here's a bigger question. If money disappeared tomorrow, what would become the world's new currency? Let me know what you think.